Hello guys, welcome back to our channel. There's this general saying that divided we fall, united we stand. As information reaching us is that some former IPOB members, former members who believed in naturalization of Biafra have decided to go against their belief and have called out that something should be done fast before Nnamdi Kanu and IPOB destroy the unity of the nation. But before we go into the newspaper for the analysis, would you like you to subscribe to our channel by clicking on the red subscribe button beside it? You see a bell notification icon. Please go ahead, click on it to get notified as soon as we update our channel on YouTube. This is quite a prominent person, as the Secretary General of the Lower Niger Congress has ushered, or had rather issued, a statement urging the Buhari government to stop Nnamdi Kanu and his group, the Indigenous People of Biafra IPOB, as soon as possible. While Tony Nnadi, said Nnamdi Kanu should be held responsible if anything bad happens in the country. Mr. Tony Nnadi, who was invited by the Nigeria State Commissioner in Abuja, during his brief meeting with the state commissioner, he informed the Nigerian government that Nigerians is on a high alert to face another civil war which may collapse the country. Wow. Nnamdi Kanu and IPOB, that's Indigenous People of Biafra, should be held accountable at the international community if Nigeria ceases to exist again as a nation. The government should work tirelessly, he said, in keeping Nigeria united and to ensure that all the parts of the country is safe, he said. A lot of persons have come on him, and a lot of persons have started reacting. I'll try as much as possible to read as much as I can. It's the internet is loaded with so many things. This one is saying, so I'm going to take some of the respondents online. So he says, why some Igbo people are so useless and senseless. Imagine Tony Nnadi. He is calling Nigerian government to come and kill Igbo youths because of a collapsing country, instead of him to advise Nigerian government to regard Igbos as one Nigeria and to balance Nigerian constitution so that everybody will have equal right. Not only Hausa and Fulani get this country. We all call Nigeria. Persons have reacted. They said, Tony Nnadi is not with us. This one here is saying, you are not making sense. How can Nigerian government unite Igbo as one Nigeria when some Igbo youths are busy causing trouble in the name of IPOB? This one here is saying, please, this Tony of a guy is not an Igbo man. But honestly, he's an Igbo man. Why are you saying he's not an Igbo man? That's a full-blown Igbo man. You may just say probably he does not believe in the actualization or the belief system. Does not believe in the idea of Biafra. But to tell you the truth, he's a full-blown Igbo man. Let's not take away his Igbo-ness from him, please. Let's continue. This one here is saying, it clearly shows that we have saboteur. This one here is saying, if finally Biafra emerge, all these useless Igbo politicians will run out of Biafra land because there will be no room for them. Then they will be looking for where to hide. This one here is saying, Igbo man with their way, Yoruba will soon go on their own. Igbos can follow Hausa, Fulani to wherever they like. This is serious. This one here is saying, we have seen some, even many of your type, but hear this continue to mess yourself. Hear this, continue to mess yourself up. One more thing, change that name to one Boko Haram. That's where you belong. You can't be bearing that name. You do not belong here, as you're a big disgrace. And for your information, Buhari and his government did not tell you. You cannot stop him, so move into action. This one here is saying, Mr. Tony Nnadi, who is fighting for Niger Delta country. If this is true, Nnamdi Kanu is the only true Biafra agitator. This one is saying, Mr. Self-centered greedy Tony, looking for Garrett just to survive. We all know. Honestly, let me not try and read all their statements. All the statements are quite insulting, really. But this one here is saying, stop Nnamdi Kanu, but no, stop. Don't stop Boko Haram and herdsmen killing Abi. Okay, that's true. He says stop Nnamdi Kanu, but don't stop Boko Haram and herdsmen killing. I believe so. And say, please, who is this man, Seth? You can't even see him. Oh, enemies of progress. Well, for some of us who don't know, Nnadi is according to the little history I heard about his association with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, according to him, that's his own version, not Mazi Nnamdi, because Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have not even dignified it with a response. But when he came online sometime last year to explain why people should follow him, because at some point he was trying to gather more followers for himself. He said he was more of a lower Niger person, and according to him, he was trying to unite the Southeast, South together, and he had a mandate before. Well, yes, he said he's Lower Niger Congress. Yes, that's who he is, the Secretary General of the Lower Niger Congress. He said he was trying to unite them together, but as time goes on, there was a blueprint he had. Okay, but along the line, he saw, based on what he said online sometime last year, he said when Nnamdi Kanu was going through his crisis, he co-opted him and said, look, we can work together in synergy. Okay, he now brought out the blueprints of his ideology of how the South and Southeast should emerge, and something that will favor it's a win-win. Okay, but according to him, to his amazement, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, went with the blueprint, altered it a bit, and started moving on with it. And along the line, they pushed him out, and I don't really, but the whole thing wasn't just adding up. But in a nutshell, what he's trying to say is, at the beginning, it was not so, but now it has changed to something else. But to cut the long story short, we don't need all this. Okay, no one needs this. If you want to speak, I would have preferred you speaking about the issue on ground. A lot of tension is on ground. Well, the one thing I must say, he said something that most persons have been ignoring to say. He said, look, if you keep quiet and watch Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, this is what I picked, one of the things I picked from his statement. He said, if you keep quiet and watch Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and the indigenous people of Biafra keep rampaging and having a field day, they will disunite Nigeria, and Nigeria may not cease to exist. But where he now called, and I said, look, he's calling upon the international community to look at Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and shouldn't allow Nigeria not to exist. Now, if you look at Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, what would you talk about Professor Banji Akitola or Akitoye, who has been saying, opening his mouth and saying, look, Yoruba Nation, that's the Yoruba World Congress, where they are also looking out for their own persons. While persons may say Nigeria is not working, which everybody is beginning to see because the bite is very strong, I would have preferred, these guys have been marginalized. The Igbo generally have been marginalized. Even Olusegun Obasanjo at some point mentioned it. You don't keep telling them you should watch them, try to... Instead, dialogue. Dialogue has always been most times the answer to the question. Dialogue. Bring them to the table. Okay, find out why they're agitated. Like some persons have already said, it's too late. The pain. Look at Fulani herdsmen. They're having a field day in almost every part of the country. They keep enjoying themselves. They keep they go to the bushes. They claim the bushes as their land already. And there's insecurity everywhere. And some persons, and a lot of tribes, because Nigeria is nations within a nation. A lot of nations within Nigeria believe without being part of Nigeria, they can actually protect themselves effectively, since they're not well represented in international and in national level when it comes to security issues. So for that reason, a lot of persons are saying, look, instead of us staying together and getting maimed and harmed, let's go our separate ways so we can protect our people and our culture and our rates. So while we are looking at, when we talk, we should actually look at the roots. If you look at the periphery, you may not solve the problem totally. I would have said Nnadi had, to a great extent, he misfired a bit. There would have been a case of him calling the federal government and say, look, these guys have been marginalized and all that. I think you should bring them into the table. Let there be a round talk. Okay, so that you can find out what it is and see how you can settle it amicably. But to say that they should be Nnamdi Kanu to book, you're going to worsen the policy. Already, the country is very tensed. A lot of things are happening. Honestly, we do not want any war. We do not want any fight. We want, if whatever should be done very peacefully. Okay, insecurity in the country is the challenge. There's too much insecurity in the country. If there was so much security, if there was security, honestly, every region would have, so to speak, practiced true federalism. But as it is now, it's now a challenge. But that's why we're going to wrap it up. What's your take on Nnadi saying that something should be done and should be done very fast over the issue of Nnamdi Kanu and IPOB so that the country will not